G'day Minecrafters, and how you going? Stevo here with another video, and today I wanted to do a behind the scenes video for my Capture the Flag map that I've been working on with my friends. It's finally complete, and as such I'm making this video. Also, an update, this map is actually going to be hosted with its own domain. So the guy who's currently hosting this server has created a domain for it. So that's pretty exciting. The official beta test will be this coming, next weekend, next Saturday. Details to follow. And if there are any updates, I'll put them in the description. Or yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. So I wanted to make a video to help people to understand what to do when they play this map or whatever. There'll be a forums dedicated to it and things like that, but sometimes some people just don't like reading, and that's understandable. I'm completely there with you. I've created things to read so you can understand how things work, but yeah, it may not answer everything, and so I'm here to make a video to help you understand. So pretty much, this room here is the spawn room. And this is where people would come to when they first come into the map. Whether they just come in as this is the only map on the server, or if there's a multi-world sort of a plugin and you have a Stargate, there's room here for a Stargate. So, however you come into this map, this is the room you would come into. And what you need to first do, the very first thing you need to do is to split off into teams. To try and get teams anyway, trying to split into even teams. Now the easiest way to do this is to select two team representatives. So like if you have like a blue guy and a red guy and they select the players on their teams. When everyone's on a team and whatever else, make sure the teams are even and keep track of how many you got on each team. So if anyone else comes before the game starts, you can say, I'll go to blue or go to red or whatever. And yeah. But yeah, so when you have your teams all organised and set, you have the players all go down their various corridors. So the blue team goes down the blue corridor and the red team goes down the red corridor. Meanwhile, the team representatives stick around. It's their job to then go to the console room. They can get there from these two little alcove things here and here by pressing this button. Come on. There we go. It shouldn't be such a short pulse. It should be a normal button pulse, so I'm not sure why I did that. Anyway, it's probably just lag from the amount of redstone there is. Alrighty, so this here is the console room, and it is here that all the game settings are put into play. There's a number of different switches and such, which help to make the game more customizable and to, I guess, what people want to run. So, like, if people want to run a specific game type, they're able to do it without worrying too much. So, yeah, these are the disable switches, which you can essentially pull to, I guess, change up the normal game type. The normal game type only requires really three things to set, though. So the two players would come down. These areas here will still be modified. Nothing's been added there yet, but something will be added. Anyway, so we've got the number of spawns, so like these are essentially the lives. When you go into the map and if you die, it takes off a spawn. Or even when you enter the map for the first time, it'll take off a spawn from your tally. So spawns are effectively the number of lives or entries into the map each team has. So yeah. So if you wanted, for example, to set like a high number, you probably wouldn't use a high number, but yeah, you set the number of spawns, you set how long you want to go for. Let's put 15 minutes, so 5 and 10 is 15. We can set both of those, doesn't matter if how you set it. They're both set now, we can press save settings and that will begin the game. Before I do, I want to really quickly go over these four switches over here. First we have the disable time limit switch. That basically disables, as you now can see there's 15 minutes on there, what's on there. It'll turn off the screen, both here and in game, and stop any countdown of timers. The next switch is the disable scores switch, which basically, yeah, disables the scores. But it also turns it off in game, so nothing counts in that way, and you can't win by having a higher score. The next one is a little bit different to the previous. It's about scores as well, but it has to do with base scoring, which basically means you get points for PvP kills, but you won't get them for your bases. So if you pull this lever, you can claim any of the bases you want, but you won't get points for them. So that's another thing to be aware of. The next is disabling spawns, which basically, well, as you probably guessed, the number of lives, there's no limit to how many lives you have. This probably wouldn't be used very often, but I mean, it all depends on what you want to do. So, yeah. And this last one is just a reset base switch to reset the bases back to their default team. Yeah, it's pretty important, this switch. It's used probably after games and such. I've also added some of the function to the reset switch over here in case people forget. And that's pretty much it. We have a reset switch, and this one here is a reset class gate switch, which basically is an anti-cheat or anti-griefer switch. This can only be done by someone administrating the game, who's obviously then able to, I don't know, get into it with creative mode or something. I don't know. Or it has to be done when the game is over. This usually happens when the gates at the end of each hallway are locked up by a player doing it on purpose. It won't happen like by itself. They're not gonna be locked up. But basically, it means that no one can go into the class to go into the thing to pick up class. And yeah, the reason this could actually be an issue is because the way I've set it up, you can only have one player in there at a time. The reason for that is so people don't dual wield or grab more than one class. It also prevents people clogging up the thing. So yeah, if you have people clogging it up, then it will probably jam. And this button here is to relieve that. But you can't come back into here to reset this unless the game is off. So if someone's being stupid, the game stops, and it basically spoils it for everyone. So don't do it. Don't try and cheat or get another class, because it's gonna end up badly. I would put it out there, but people will dual wield with that button, so it has to be kept under lock and key. So I didn't press save, did I? Nope. Great. So when you've got everything set up, you got 15 minutes on the clock. We press save all settings, and the timer should start ticking. And about, yep, there we go. 58. So yep, that's ticking down, and we go out and select our class and stuff. These here are manual resets. It has to be, it's like a request. If you request the game to be restarted or ended, and not restarted, it resets all the game settings. So basically it's to stop the game. So if you really need to stop the game, press this button. The other team has to press their side as well, and then the game will reset. So it's like consensual. Both teams have to agree for a reset. And yeah, otherwise it's just going to sit there. When the game does start, you can't go back up here. And you can't enter from, like, even if someone was up here, they couldn't go into the console room from the buttons, because that's locked too. So basically there's no way to get back into that room until the game is over. Well, lag. These side rooms are for setting spawns, as you might have guessed. By right-clicking on a bed, you're able to say, yep, I want to come back to there. There is a number of spawns, so like both teams can see, like on the other side obviously, how many spawns they have left, which I think is pretty handy. Means that people can see, oh yep, we have this many spawns to go, and then that's it. Now here we have a ready marker. When the game is all set up in the console room, you'll be able to have someone stand on here and on the other side, like on the blue side, and this boom gate here will open, and people will be able to go through and pick classes. Now, what I was talking about before about the... Damn it. That was the... I didn't mean to do that. I think it was the navigator. This lag. Yeah, it was a navigator. Cool. Done. Okay. See what happens when lag is a factor? Let's be a navigator. Yep, the navigator has a bow. Don't ask questions, it just happens. And this is why, because they have to cross over the other ones for it to be fluid. And as you can see, I can't pick more than one class. But what I mean by dual wielding is if they would just go back like that, they can't get back in. Now I don't advise you do what I just did, because right now I have to walk back over that pressure plate. Every time you walk over that plate, you lose a spawn. Not a huge deal, unless you're only at 49 and you've got a lot of players, so don't do it, it's stupid. Anyway, let's move on and lag at the same time, because lagging is fun. Yay. Alright, cool. So yep. So as a archer, I don't need that in my inventory. We've also created a map. I created it in a application that I downloaded and then transferred the file back over. And as you might be able to tell, it's an aerial view of the map. Where we are in the middle there is a little bit harder to see, so I made a side map to give a kind of view of what the map would be like, where the bases would be, something like that, for ease of following. And it is kind of hard to see, but there are little crosses to show where all the bases are. There's one on the ship at the top. There's another map in game which you'll see as well, but I just wanted to let you know you have this at your disposal. It's not overly useful, but maps can't help a huge amount. Really. So yeah, this here is new. It's allows you to see the map, and we won't walk slow. Let's go a little bit faster. And yeah, so when you've got all that underway, you're ready to enter the map. So I'm currently a member of the Royal Navy, and I've just entered the map. Now, if you've seen my sneak peek videos, you'll know that there is a base down here. So yeah, there's a base right here, and you can claim by pressing both buttons, but I really can't be bothered because I'll have to reset it. I mean, I'll reset it anyway, but yeah, can't be bothered right now. Something you do need to note though is you have the tally marks for how many bases are held by each team, and this little map here is similar to the one we've got here, except it's squished. So like the map should be longer than that, but I didn't want to take up too much room. It should be maybe even probably about twice that length. Yeah, about twice that length. And the way it's shaped, it kind of looks like, as pointed out by Ollie, a sideways Australia. Kind of. So yeah, as you can see, both teams hold 6 bases, and based on the tally of scores, both teams have 24 points, and they will continue to go up roughly every 60 seconds, I believe I'd set it to. I can't remember it now, I did a little while ago. But the scores go up by 6 points every 30 seconds. The bases, this one and the other one, which is in that house there, have give you 2 points every 30 seconds. Not a huge deal, but it can mean quite a lot. This is the other base, and there's the spawn, so it's like right in front. Yeah, just thought I'd put that out there. Bases are claimed really easily, and the reason for that is for a quick turnover. I didn't want it to be as difficult as last time, and I wanted it, because objective points were a lot of fun in the previous one, I thought anyway. And so I took the best part of that and put it in this one. Now, the name of I've been using a lot is Capture the Flag, but it's technically a King of the Hill type thing because you're claiming bases as opposed to capturing a flag. But a lot of people don't understand what King of the Hill is, and so I went with Capture the Flag because people can easily draw the connection from Capture the Flag if they don't know what King of the Hill is, if you know what I mean. Just putting that out there in case anyone did notice that, or if I haven't answered anyone that yet, or told anyone that yet, let me know. I've had no sleep last night, literally. See, a base is claimed as simple as that. It's now on the blue team. This will go down to 5, and that will go to 7. Hopefully we can do this before the scores update, and they are updating. There we go, 7 and 5. We've upset the balance. 5 and 7. Okay, and we'll put it back. So ultimately, as you can imagine, because there are two bases which start neutral, the maximum any team can have is 14. So currently it's they're on 6 and 6, but there are two claimable bases as well, which are currently neutral, like I said. So it could be 7 and 7, really. Yeah. So you have the ability to get 8 points every turn, remembering that that base and that base there 2 points, give you 2 points every every 60 seconds instead of 1. Now I've nerfed the amount of time only because last time within 15 minutes scores were maxed out, and so I didn't want that to happen again. So I elongated the time, made it harder, made it longer so that people would be able to obtain points, but not as quickly. So it's all about the timing of holding bases, not just running in and claiming a base. So element of strategy as well as just, yeah. It'll make an interesting game type. I'm looking forward to playing it. That lag again. Also, I'm not sure if you guys have seen a lot of this, but yes, you've seen plenty of lag, I'm sure. The underground tunnel network has a massive amount of tunnels, and it has traps in it now as well. I'm not going to show you all the traps, but just be aware, a lot of bases are down here, so you will have to go downstairs, but be aware of traps. And also be aware of things like, I don't know, Easter eggs and stuff. There are a few hidden rooms and stuff in the map, which you may not be able to find very easily. So just putting that out there, it's going to be a bit of a fun time trying to find everything, but I'm sure you guys will do well. Otherwise, I'm not sure what else to point out, other than the fact that I'm lagging. I think that's it. Oh yeah. So the elements of victory. That's right. I don't think I said those. So there are effectively 3 ways to win. 3 major ways to win, which can be, I guess, changed up a little bit as your settings may permit. Like if you were to disable the time, for example, then it means that you're relying completely on the number of scores, like maxing out or people running out of spawns. Now, I'm not sure why the spawns didn't tick down for the red team, but I'm going to look at that. I think I know why, but I'll have a look. Oh, no, I know why. It's because the ready plate. Those ready plates unlock the spawn tally. So when both teams are ready, then that will be ready as well. So it's all part of the same system. It's not used to people breaking the glass and running through that way, which people won't be able to do anyway when they play the map in adventure mode, which this map is going to be in. So be aware of that. It's just a little side note thing. That's why the spawns didn't go down. I just realized that. Sorry. Gotta think about how I do these things. I'll also give you guys a quick look at the redstone for those that are curious. It's pretty beastly. I'll put some things away so I don't lose my gears. I didn't even put on my pants. Yeah, I didn't get my shirt. I'll have to check that. It's another little redstone thing I need to look at, but that's alright. The beta test hasn't happened yet, so I'm allowed to find things like that. So this is the main system. There's another lot of redstone on the other side for the timer and the not the timer, the base tally and stuff. But yeah, there's a lot to this. It's pretty spaced out. You will notice there's a lot of bussing. It's just the way I like to have my redstoning. Mostly because I knew there was going to be a lot of it, and I wanted it to be spaced out so I could see whenever there was a problem, I'd know exactly where to go, exactly where to look, and that's exactly what happens. Every time there's a problem, people who have been helping me with the map have noticed that I know exactly where to go to fix it. And that's because I've spaced things out, I've color-coded things, and that's just how I like to run my redstone. Like, it may not be as compact as it could be, but I like it. It suits my style. There's a lot to this. Like, it's not basic. Like, there are a lot of buses, but there's a lot going on still. So yeah, just thought I'd put that out there because there are some people who are a bit anti-busing. I don't see why. Like, I mean, yeah. Anyway, that's that's what a normal circuit looks like. Oh well. So yeah, let's have a look at the other side and how the magic counters work. It's really simple redstone on the other side. Once again, a little bit more busing, but it's really simple. Oh, no, I didn't show you that, but that's okay. That's just my YouTube thing. It shows up on the map. Oh yeah, forgot to delete that. I'll just try that in a minute. I was testing something over there, and this is the other side, where the numbers are counted. I basically used a number of monostable circuits with both a dual edge monostable circuit, into the shift registers. So if it goes increments or de-increments, whatever, whenever a base is claimed or lost. So that's basically how this part works, and then those just go up to the displays. Nicely color-coded and rainbowy, because that's how I like it. But anyway, guys, hope you found this video useful. If you do have any other questions, I'll hope to answer them, because I think I've answered everything. Yeah. Oh, that's right, I know what I'm doing here. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the beta test, which will be happening soon. Stay tuned also for the official release of this, because it's going to be really, really a lot of fun, I think. I'm looking forward to playing this, and I hope you guys are as well, because it's going to be mad. Still got to work on the classes a little bit, but that's not overly difficult to do. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm Stevo, and I will catch you later. See ya.
Got a little Swedish there.
Yeah.